Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is time for just a word from the Word. Our passage this morning comes from the book of 1 Samuel chapter 1, and I'm reading verse 27 from the King James Version. Here's what it says. For this child I prayed, and the Lord hath given me my petition, which I asked of him. Hannah prayed. Years ago, way back when, back in the olden days before they had color, teasing, at my 8th grade chapel, I still remember it to this day. I talked about being provoked to prayer, things that will push us into prayer. And there have been plenty of times where situations have pushed me to go into prayer. And Hannah was one of the examples that I used in that little sermonette so long ago. And every time I read 1 Samuel 1, I always think of that sermon, and I think about being provoked to prayer and how important that it is that when we find ourselves in difficult situations, that we find that place of prayer. And that's what Hannah did. She was tired of her wifely competition, to say it nicely, um, was constantly berating her for not having children. Hannah felt less than because she did not have a child. And there's all sorts of cultural implications there, and I'm not going to get into all of that this morning. Because really what I felt like I needed to share was the fact that Hannah didn't try to figure it out on her own. Yes, she was hurt. Yes, she was attacked. Yes, it was difficult. But Hannah didn't try to figure it out on her own. She didn't even let her husband figure it out. He tried. It didn't work. Read the chapter. He really tried. It didn't work. So Hannah went to the one whom she knew could work it out. She found herself a place of prayer, and the Lord heard her. Oh, she was misunderstood. Eli the priest misunderstood her, even smacked her across the face because he so misunderstood what she was doing. And yet Hannah maintained a right spirit, and she continued in prayer. And God gave her the answer to her prayer. Hannah prayed. Hannah was the real deal. And so this morning's just a word from the Word. Can you insert your name instead of Hannah? Will people look at your life and say, she prayed, he prayed? They were a person of prayer. They might have done great and mighty things, but more than anything, they were a person of prayer. When things are going great, they spent time in prayer. When things were difficult, they spent time in prayer. That person prayed. Here's your word from the Word this morning. Be worthy of somebody saying about you that you prayed. When somebody calls or texts or emails or messages, hey, will you pray? Pray. You may not have to go into any kind of great, big, deep prayer. Just take a moment. Pray for the need. Pray for the person. Be a person of prayer. Y'all, that's where relationship is built. That's where holiness and righteousness comes out of. If there's any ministry, it must be born out of prayer. Hannah prayed. Will you? This has been just a word from the Word. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow morning.